177.
So this is coming from at Doing Relationships Right. And again, the comedian is at Michelle is a Wolf. Her name is Michelle Wolf.
So one of my friends goes, just text him you're not interested. And then my other friend goes, text him the weirdest stuff possible. Then he'll leave you alone. I was like, that's the one I'm going to do. I'm going to read them to you now. He goes, hey, Michelle. I go, hey, Wildcat. That's a pretty strong start. We've been on one date. Wildcat is an aggressive nickname out of the gate. A couple days later, he texts me, hi, Wolfgang, LOL. I was wondering if you'd accompany me Friday night. And I responded with, no dice, squirrel man. Got plans on waffles. And this bitch comes back with, oh, cool. Make sure you don't forget the syrup. And I don't know what to do at this point because I'm pretty sure he's falling in love with me. And I think maybe I'm falling in love with him. So I text him, I love you. And then I never heard from him again.
That is hilarious to me. And share, subscribe, and share. So I think it's unfortunate that as far as my initial reaction, I think it's unfortunate that it seems to be universally accepted that premature use of love justifies distancing yourself from the person. And it's like, that's tough. And as far as a personal connection, the guy that I'm currently just friends with, I remember the guy who's been in my realm since my early 30s. I remember he said to me, he's like, don't fear saying love to me. He's like, it's never too early to talk about loving someone, having love for anybody. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. And it also takes me back to my counselor, though, my former mental health counselor, who was like, and I do fear getting played because it comes down to, is it too early and you want to move at the same time with your partner? You do, because you don't want to get played, and push things too far, fast. And it's like, what if they're unsure about the next desired step and you are like, oh, you know what? I'll guide you to the next step. It's all good. And you guide them to the next step and they don't want to, yes. Be like the person who drops to one knee at the mall and ends up being embarrassed on some say yes, and they're like no, or they'll drop to the knee and in front of this big mall in front of everybody, and the person will say yes and let you put the ring on them, and then when you get home, it's like f you, f this ring. Not only am I not marrying you, we're breaking up today. So it's difficult because you don't want to be played. You do want to walk at the same time, but it's like it. Love shouldn't be a fear. Love shouldn't be something that it's because you establish that you love somebody that makes them run away. It shouldn't be that. And yeah, that's actually my initial thoughts on it. Basic complexity.
Um, well, just me personally, I'm really protective of that whole love word because I really well, 9 times out of 10, I won't say it unless I mean it. There was one exception, but only because I felt pressured into saying it. But I ain't mean it. But yeah, I think like just saying you love someone in general, that's a very, very powerful statement. Same thing is saying you hate someone, that's a powerful statement also.
Okay. I will take a 1 minute. It's it's funny that you mentioned your time saying love, and sometimes you did it under you did it. You were forced to do it, and I think about my first time saying I love you to a boyfriend of mine, and I'm like it was under duress, but it wasn't under duress, but it was under the emotion of a physical encounter, and he was like, I want you to stick it in me. And I'm like, I don't think we're ready for that yet. He's like, but baby, I love you. And I was like, oh, wow. Well, I love you too. And I guess I'll have to do whatever you say now because you said you love me. And that's when I realized that when you see the girls that get pregnant in high school, like that's exactly what they get. They get the guy who's like, you know what? But baby, I love you. Let me shoot the club up. And she'll be like, well, I guess as long as you love me. And next thing you know, but anyway, um, yeah. Did you want a 1 minute basic complexity?
No.